thanks to YouTube putting a user comment as likely spam. This review's been a bit of a long time coming. So sorry to YTS Production, I know it's taken roughly forever, but it is finally here. And so today
we're reviewing the Shining in the Darkness for the Sega Mega Drive.
Shining in the Darkness is a fairly strange game because it's an RPG on a system that isn't very well known for its RPGs, apart from Phantasy Star. Now, this is the first entry into the cult classic Shining series, games that are usually tactical RPGs, kinda like FF Tactics before FF Tactics. It had outings on the Mega CD and the Saturn amongst others, but infamously dropping 2 Saturn games for the West. However, the first outing was very, very different because it was actually a roguelike dungeon crawler. What I especially like about this is the interesting blend of these traditional JRPG tropes into the more Western influenced game style. And it's similar to stuff like Eye of the Beholder, Dungeon Master, or Black Crypt on the Amiga and ST computers.
But the game retains the JRPG staple of random encounters. They're the bread and butter of this game, the core experience, and it works through standard fair turn-based combat. And really works well as there's a nice, simple menu which corresponds with a button on the D-pad, making for more streamlined control that Final Fantasy games, say, lack, and makes combat more fun and enjoyable, which is really appreciated in any RPG.
The other massive concept is exploration, and it's really important in this game. See, the premise of this game is that you are one of the king's best knights, second only to your father, who, along with the princess, has gone missing. You volunteer to go and find them, and go to prepare, and head to the town.
Now let me just mention at this point that the overworld for this game doesn't seem terribly big or hard to navigate. There's the castle, the town, and the labyrinth. In fact, you can pretty much just label these plot, supplies, and actual game. Some might criticise this simple approach, but I approve. Again, it just offers a more simple and streamlined experience that's actually quite valuable. It cuts the crap and gets straight to the point. The whole thing is basically just nice looking menus, but don't get us wrong, that's a good thing.
So inside the town, you have a tavern, alchemist with a K, a weapon seller and an armour seller. And I've just got to say, the graphics in this game look really nice. They aren't trying to be ultra realistic, whatever ultra realistic is in 16-bit. And they really just add a certain charm to the game, a pleasant vibe, if you will. Go back to the castle, exposition, villain appears, go to the labyrinth. By now, if you're a JRPG fan, you know the drill.
Now trust us on this. You'll want graph paper, a pencil and a rubber for the labyrinth, as it's a massive and confusing maze. In fact, I think some of you Dungeon Master experts already have some, don't you? This will make things a lot easier, but the need to map it out yourself feels more like a nice adventure. Plus you get the sense of progress from a well-balanced experience point system. Whilst the enemies are all pretty stock, although the way they move is cool and adds to the game vibrancy in battles, it's the XP, of course, you want. And it isn't like Final Fantasy. You don't start trying to get like 1000 XP, it's 12. And sure, you earn more than that for defeating one monster in Final Fantasy, but it's complicated numbers that any JRPG fanatics like to see, and it makes goals feel more attainable and the game more fun.
Initially, all you'll be doing is trekking in, so far to gain XP and get better weapons, to map the level, etc. But eventually, you'll keep going further and further and further, and as long as you've been keeping that graph paper handy though, you'll be keeping going back in, and eventually you'll probably start to storm towards the boss of the level, ready and prepared to kick some ass. So Shining in the Darkness for the Mega Drive. I guess I have to be honest and say that it is a dual rating here that me and Izzy have decided. It's a reflection of what the game really is like, and that is actually a rating of a must-have hidden gem. It's a game that you should go and find but at the same time, I guess it's not a compulsory must-have because it's a bit of a simple RPG. Whilst it does the job better than games, say, like Mystic Quest, which is too hand-holdy, at the same time, it's a bit of a bare-bones RPG experience. It makes sense because there wasn't a huge following for RPGs on the Mega Drive on the whole, so to go in with, an incredibly complicated one would surely just put people off. So I guess it's probably a decent move from the guys that made the game. Thank you very much for watching this review. If you want to see more top quality content, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on our Google+, our Twitter, our Facebook, all that sort of crappy social media jazz. Also, if you want to request anything, we promise it won't take as long as this one did, so we can get that done for you guys. And so anyone that wants to request anything, pop it in the comments anywhere. I think I've already had another request for Mortal Kombat and on the Mega Drive. Again, I won't do it straight after this one because obviously I've two Mega Drive games on the trot. Might be a bit daft, but yeah, we'll do it. So again though, thank you very much for watching. From all of us here at the Retro RITF section of RITF Gaming, this is goodbye.